All right. Sorry about that, everybody. So I'm in the middle of constructing my X and Y axis here. And now we're going to graph this equation. We're going to begin at 4 on the y-axis. And a slope of -2 means I'm going to go down 2 over 1. Draw my line. All right, let's try another one that's kind of like this. So let's say I have x minus 4y equals 8. All right, so first of all, we need to put it into slope-intercept form. So that means I'm going to solve for y. We got to get y by itself. So just like we did up in this first equation, I'm going to make sure that I don't have any x's on the left side. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides, which leaves me with -4y equals -x plus 8. Now, y is not alone yet. I got to get rid of this -4, which means I have to divide everything by -4. -4 can cancel out because this makes 1. -4 divided by -4 is 1. So now I have 1y, or just y. Now, how can we simplify this? A -1 over a -4, that's just 1/4. 1/4 x. 8 divided by -4 is -2. So now we are in slope-intercept form. M is 1/4. B is -2. All right. Start at -2, go up 1 over 4. All right. One last idea that I want to talk about, and that is vertical and horizontal lines. So sometimes we see equations that only have a y or only have an x. And when this is the case, that means it's going to be a vertical or a horizontal line. And the vertical lines are x equals a number, and the horizontal lines are y equals a number. Now that might seem backwards, but let's do a couple of examples here. So let's say I have the equation y equals 2. All right, so real quick, I'm going to make a grid here. This is the part that's going to take the longest out of the whole video. Okay, so 1, I'm going to find where y equals 2, which is right here on the y-axis. And then all you're going to do is draw a horizontal line at that height. So what I want you to realize is that if I pick any point on this line, the y value is 2. So let's say I pick this point. Well, this point is 3, 2. This one over here, -4, 2. The point that I started with is 0, 2. So maybe you can see why now this is the equation y equals 2, because every single point has a y value of 2. All right, what does it look like if I have x equals a number? Let's say I have x equals -1. So similar to the first one, and I'll do this in a different color here. I'm going to find where x is -1. And then I'm going to draw a vertical line through that point. And again, it follows the same pattern. If I pick any point on that line, it's going to have an x value of -1. So like this one right here is -1, 0. This point here is -1, -4. So what you need to remember is that vertical lines are x equals a number, and horizontal lines are y equals a number. And that will help you as you're doing some of the homework problems here in a little bit.